Hi, this is Brad. Welcome back to Craft Stick Crafts YouTube channel. This is my workshop in the garage. Lots to show you. Today's about tooling. What we've done here is we've glued with Elmer's new formula wood glue. We've glued some sticks and tongue depressor and popsicle stick to some sandpaper to make a sanding block. And we can cut those off and then as they fly everywhere. But anyhow, the point is that you get those cut, glued, dry. That was in reverse, but you understand what I'm saying. Then you can get into some tight spots and do the sanding that you need to. Often it's too late and you can't reach down inside someplace, so these little sanding sticks come in handy. This is a little maker shed tree house that we're making. If you know what makers are, you'll know what the maker shed is. So we have a barn being built here for our barn chapter, barn and fencing. Often what we're doing is if you want something to last a long time, make a notch and glue it. But if you really want things to last a real long time, we like to drill and screw. So we've got a notch here, glued, notch and glued, pre-drill, and then put the screw in. That's going to hold it for a really long time. This one particular one is we notched the board and then we put the fence post into the board and glued it, and there's a pre-drilled hole there, and that's going to finish off our cedar fence rail. It's going to go to that point there and wrap around the back. So that catches you up to what we've been working on. We're not quite sure what this is called, but it started off as a beer bottle, and then this is just a ball that comes off. So craft sticks come in all shapes and sizes. We don't just stop at the tongue depressor or the stir stick or the dowels or anything. So this is just a real combination. We use the spoons, kitchen spoons. We use branches. Here is more square dowels. As you can see here, we use paintbrush handles when we're done with them, carpenter pencils, paint stir sticks. Here's one of our sanding blocks that we used a kitchen spoon for, and then we glued the sandpaper and pressed it into the spoon. That way where we can do some sanding of round stock to curve it up. And then this is the same way. We did some serious grit sandpaper on the handle so we can just carve into some round corners. So as I was mentioning, we don't just stop at craft sticks for this craft of Craft Stick Crafts. This is a little jewelry hanging, or you can hang keys, or you can hang your coat on it. And what we did here, we've got screws in the back and we've got glue on the front, and we glued them in place, and then we screwed from the back to hold them seriously for a long time. Like I said, this could be multiple things. Put your keys on it, coats, jewelry. You know, they've been making these since the beginning of time, but it's just a bunch of gifts I made for people. So we're moving right into what this is. you may have seen some of the other videos that I have made regarding this table saw and sanding disc. And what we do is we take the rear end of a remote control car, and we get the cars at Goodwill, and then we tear them apart for the back differential, and then we epoxy the blade to the tire, and then on this side we glued sanding disc paper to a DVD, and then we glued the DVD to the wheel and came up with a sanding disc. And I'm going to show you that here. Second. So it's a little loud, but you can see Craft Stick Craft's YouTube channel is going to get eaten up. You know, I wouldn't try this at home. Oh, wait a minute. I am at home. So I wish I would have secured this to the table. Right now there's a lot of vibration to it. But all that is, all this is wired directly to a 9.6 rechargeable battery from a remote control car. We can also get the same results from it being plugged right into the charger of that battery. So this is the wire that would charge that battery. We don't get the same quite as we don't get the same voltage right here, but this is the same idea what we're after. This is a smaller version of the blade, and in this case we're using some sticks from a pruning tree to support our disc, our table saw table, and then this is a big wheel from a remote control car and the differential. So last but not least, what we've done here is we've taken a paint can brush, and that's going to support our bed, sanding bed, so we can get in there and move and sand. One of the tricks I wanted to tell you is often the wood is so glossy and sanded smooth that the glue does not adhere to it very well. So what we do is we carve it up and make a bunch of cuts in it, and that's going to allow the glue place to absorb into the wood, and that's going to make it glue and hold a lot better. The other thing we do with this tool, which is a kitchen tool, it is designed for cutting dough for pie crust type things. This one's actually broke, but we're going to fix that. But what we do here in this case is, like I said, when we come across a wood that doesn't have a lot of surface that's conducive to gluing real well, we'll puncture the surface quite a bit with this tool, and then we'll push glue into those punctures, and that will help hold it. The other thing that we do in this particular case to help support it is we've drawn out where this support is supposed to go, and then we've drilled holes this direction so that when this dries, we'll flip this over and we'll put some screws up through the bottom to help support this. So this one's not yet done. I'll give you an update video on that one later. In the meantime, I just wanted to show you some of these details about how to get the glue to stick better on surfaces. craft sticks, what kinds. Think way outside the box. Don't hesitate to use anything wood. This plywood base just happens to be some leftover parts from another project. Oftentimes, like Home Depot, you can get some scrap wood that they're throwing away, and or you can actually buy it by the foot, and they'll help you cut it for you. These here, the cedar rails, which are cedar, are cut from a cedar 2x2 that I happen to have, and then I just used an axe to carve them up and chop them down to size so that we can create our fencing. So I hope you've enjoyed these videos. I hope you're learning a lot. I appreciate your subscribing, and these are my way of saying thank you, and I appreciate you buying our DVDs and supporting our adventure. Thanks. This is Brad Griffith. Please enjoy. Bye.